championship, defending his championship. It always is easy to sort of not try or be okay. I won the championship last year. The guys around me have moved up, so things will be easier. But to fair play to him, it is still a challenge. But it could have been very easy for him to have a sloppy few races, but he hasn't. He's been consistent. Really, it was the last race we went to, Hungary, where he had an uncharacteristic race with just little errors, which in the end cost him with a DNF. But I don't want to pick up my own horn, but I've improved this year as well. This season, had a few rocky races between Silverstone and Germany, poor qualifying. But in my position at the moment, I think. I think championship-wise, I think those are the sort of people overperforming as such. It's difficult one to tell. Same with underperforming, really. I'm not sure. I don't know what your guys' opinions are on tier three.
In terms of overperforming, I think Thomas is doing really well for himself. Currently fourth in the championship, behind yourself, Lewis.
Yeah.
Just in front of Sergey, of course, I would expect to get ahead of him before the season's out. But he's got himself quite a big gap to the next best driver, which is Dracer in P6. But other than that, I think everyone's sort of performing to the level that we'd expect of them. Maybe you could, well, I think you could definitely say Ross is underperforming. Only 28 points out of the first 11 races. For someone who was originally a Tier 1 driver, I think that's quite...
That's why looking at the challenge. Ross is the only one, but it's just been through not finishing races, isn't it? It's
he's been quite unlucky with some of the incidents he's been involved in. So maybe you can account for that, but I still think 28 points off someone who should be challenging for race wins isn't a particularly good haul.
I mean, I've got Ross as my underperforming racer of Tier 3. As you said, Tier 1 driver a few seasons ago. Fought for a few wins when Tier 3 started, and I just expected him to be there or thereabouts. And it hasn't really happened, and I don't know if it's a case of not having a teammate in the past to push him on. But hopefully, with the new game coming in, he can really get his teeth into the game, and because he's got tremendous pace where he could really be in Tier 2. I don't think he's got Tier 1 prowess like he did perhaps a few games ago, but definitely Tier 2 he could mix it up with track dependent, of course. But yeah, Ross for me is the one person who stands out as underperforming.
What about your overperformer? Is the one, do you think, for Tier 3?
I've got Jacob. I don't think he's overperforming. I think he's just driving really well at every track. Even he mixes it up with the T1 boys, and I just think it's only a matter of time before we see Jacob in Tier 1. I really do. I'd be so impressed with him.
I think you're right.
Yeah, he's driving really well since he's joined. He had two races with bad luck. In China, he went into the back of me in the first lap under braking. Therefore, I did an extra pit stop. In Spain, he messed up his setup, so he ended up being on like a base setup. And setups are so crucial in 2018. Well, in any game, but particularly when you're playing in a league race. But other than that, those two races, it's been really good for him. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Ricky. He's going to give Perry a hard-fought battle, and with the fact of Perry not finishing that last race, there's only 9 points between the two. So yeah, there's still so much racing to go before the end of the year. And with the new game, it just spices things up because it is it is sort of like a new season for F1 guys, isn't it? Where it's different handling physics, different setups. So yeah.
So we could see one of the guys who's a little bit further down absolutely fly through up and through the order.
That's it. Absolutely. With
in a march on everybody.
Yeah. Well, who's been your surprise package of Tier 3? I've gone for Tiggerby. He's only raced twice, but 2 podiums already. Some awesome defending in Germany, which I was really, really impressed. Dan knows I like to defend on track, so you know, I can see someone who knows how to defend. And for me, I've been more impressed with his defensive skills than his attacking skills. But yeah, obviously he's got the pace as well. So for me, Tigger B, I expect him to turn some heads second half of the season.
I think you could be right. Dracer as well, I think, is like the dark horse almost for tier 3. He just needs to take that next step, and then I think he'll be really on a push to fight for wins.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
particularly quick in the wet, actually,
Yeah.
which we saw in Austria. That he's very quick in the wet. But no, other than that, I think you're right. Tiggerby's one. I think Eat the Cookie could be one.
Yeah, but he hasn't. I don't think he's got the game yet, or he's only recently got it, as in like a few days ago. So I think he's gonna struggle. Most people have had the game for 4 weeks now, or when did the game come out? 28th, so maybe 3 weeks they've had the game, so they got a massive head start on him.
Yeah,
I think he'll struggle.
yeah.
I think initially he had decent pace, but I think we could see him perhaps struggle for the first few races.
Yeah.
Howdy, Mitch. Mitch is in the chat, guys.
Is he?
Howdy.
So I'm just going to have a look at the constructors for tier 3 and just see how that's going. Obviously, Red Bull way out in front, nearly double the points of Toro Rosso, who was second, but all but 6 of those are from Jacob, for Toro Rosso's points. Williams in third, obviously a driver recently departed has got a lot of their points, but Dracer as well has fought for some. Ferrari seem to be letting the side down with tier 3. Because tier 2 and tier 1, I think Ferrari are doing really well, aren't they? I know tier 2 you guys are leading. And then tier 1, of course, it's Thomas and Thomas.
Well, I think in the Ferrari, I think it's only been was it Balti Power at the beginning of the season, and then it was Jay Eggins who raced once and then left because he basically couldn't commit. And this is what I'm saying when it comes down to Ross. Maybe he needs someone who is quicker than him. Maybe that's what he needs, someone who's quicker than him.
Maybe, just to push him along, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Like with these guys, we're going to see with the new game coming at the time of this part of the season, literally almost bang in the middle. It's going to completely turn things around anyway. And in the good drivers are always going to be near the top, but especially at the beginning, just like you see at the beginning of a new F1 season, we're going to get a few little maybe shocks along the way. Like for myself, from my own experience so far, the new game, I haven't done. I've only done, I think, a couple of 50% races. So, and at the moment, none at Belgium. So, very little chance. That's because I've been away, but yeah, very little chance. And track time is so crucial. So, whoever's had the most amount of time to be able to play this game initially is going to have that little bit more of an advantage. And then as it moves along, I think we'll start to see maybe a bit more of a similarity or familiarity to what went on in the 2018 version. But the big difference is obviously not having that weight distribution setup element for this year. Obviously, in terms of moving on, it's absolutely fine. But when you're trying to like tweak setups and the weight distribution was quite a handy guide, but everyone's in the same wavelength, same set of rules. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how things go on from tomorrow onwards. Yeah.
Yeah, and let's not forget that we have 3 new drivers joining for tomorrow's race back, and that's Tennis Freak 89, Stumpy 187, and Titchy, who is Wizard's brother. So it'll be interesting to see how them guys get on as well.
Will be,
Absolutely, yeah.
Right, so shall we move on to tier 2?
We shall, yes.
Let's go
Mine
for
and
it.
Ricky's tier.
Yeah,
The best tier, I think, as well.
yes, the
The most competitive tier.
it is.
Yeah.
It's so competitive. It's so nice being a part of it. and we, prior to an incident that happened a few weeks back, we were having pretty much 19, 20 people turn up every week, and it's a shame what happened, but it's been dealt with, and we have to move on as a league, and hopefully we can kick back where we left off.
Yeah. We are trying to fill those seats. We've got 2 to get, yeah? 2 more seats to fill it?
I believe 2, yes, because we've just filled one with Imagines or
Just
Images
filled
or
one. So
something.
if anyone watching the stream is interested, or if you know anyone who might be interested, head over to contestofspeed.com and get yourself registered. And then you might have the joy of racing against me and Ricky every week.
Yeah, no, tier 2 is fantastic. Commentating on it so far with Thomas this season it's been great. It's like we just mentioned, it's so close as well. And the championship standings, you look at the championships as well, and it reflects that. Top 4, all less than 50 points, so it's less than 2 race victories between first and fourth. And with so much racing still to go, that this championship is not over at all. The things I've been hearing is Matrix is particularly quick on this game so far. But at the moment, the beauty of it is it's sort of like pre-season testing. That doesn't matter. The important thing is on Tuesday night delivering performances. So. But yeah, you got all this. Ricky, obviously, I think I'm not just saying this because he's on the commentary box. I think Ricky's been one of the overperforming guys. I think Ricky has maximised from watching the races. He's maximised, apart from obviously there's the notable with Canada, which was out of Ricky's control completely, and Austria when he lost connection. When Ricky's been racing, he's been doing really well and maximising the results, defending really well, intelligent racecraft, which has helped him because he hasn't been the fastest. When he has been the fastest, he's capitalised, but even when he's not, he's able to maximise just through racecraft. And racecraft, it just proves it's okay being the fastest guy, but in 50% races, you can't just be the fastest guy. You've got to also be the street smart, the racecraft. It's got to be high there as well, and that is what's helped Ricky, even with his little issues he's had, where he ends up actually dropping points. He's still 10 points clear of Matrix. Other people I'd say have been doing really well. I would say Mitch, to be fair, he had a few bad ones. Ginger Ninja, obviously the top guys, and yourself, Dan, getting that great win in Austria. The mixed conditions.
I'll be honest, I've not been too happy with my own season, if I'm honest.
I think only the first half of the year you had issue. The first half of the year you had bad luck, but you're still consistently scoring points, and it's such a close tier. Like it's difficult to pick. I'd say the ultimate overperforming is Ricky. I'd say, but in terms of doing good in the championship, if you're in a championship which is super close on pace. Consistency is key. If you're consistent and able to get top 5 or even top, you're consistently scoring points. It makes such a difference in where you stand. And at the moment, Dan, obviously there's a bit of a gap. But it's 20 points to Mitch, and you're in 5th place, and you've got a bit of a gap, 13 points to the next spot. So you're in a sort of good position of you could have 1 or 2 good rounds. And you're right there battling with the top 3 guys, or quite a bit closer. So it's just all about scoring points. And even on your bad days, it's so close that you can drop a few places in the championship, but you can equally just gain a couple of spots just in a couple of races' time. I'd say I'd say Ricky though is my main overperforming guy.
See, for me, I would say it's probably Juventus. Considering last year he was in the relegation fight and he's now in P6 in the championship, leading, and that's probably me if I'm honest, leading the rest, like the best of the rest. But I would probably say Juventus, considering that I think I've underperformed.
Okay.
But given last season he was in that relegation fight, to come back as strong as he has done and be as quick as he is, I think it's testament to how much work he's put in the off season. I mean, I think he would have been higher. He's just had a couple of unfortunate strategy calls with tyres, I think, hasn't he? If I remember rightly.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of that was down to him
Whereas
having to. Well, he felt like he had to pit early, so I think some of that is down to himself rather than hard luck. I think he's
yeah,
just chosen to do that, and unfortunately, you get the undercut, but then you lose it at the end, and I think that's kind of been his downfall. I think if he had done it the other way around, I think he probably would have benefited more from it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But I've gone for Ginger Ninja myself for overperforming. I just think so consistent. Always looks a threat. Always looks like he's going to win a race. Um, what is he? 29, 27 points behind top. Hey, he could easily win this championship.
yeah, he could. It's still in with a shout. So, moving on to the Tier 2 constructors. Ferrari obviously way out in front. 100 points clear of Sauber in second place. Mercedes in third, another 25, 26 points back. I mean, I can't see past Ferrari for it, if I'm honest. And I know I'm in the chasing team, but I can't see past yourself and Matrix Ricky winning that.
No, I agree. I don't think I fully expect Matrix to kick on and win this championship. I know he's putting a lot of effort in. Um, he's got the pace over me. I think maybe I'm probably more consistent, but in raw pace, he definitely has beaten of me. I think maybe we can definitely get the constructors, and that's kind of what we want. I went with Matrix as my second, as my teammate. I wanted someone who would put the effort in and would get good results, and Matrix has absolutely proven to be the perfect teammate.
There's no lip service being paid here at all, is there?
It's very similar. It's similar to the
tier. I missed that. What was that, Daniel?
So you're not paying him any lip service, are you, Ricky?
Oh God, no. He's just give credit where it's due. He's.
No, it's a fair point. It's a fair point.
I think it's reverse psychology. Ricky's trying to take the pressure off himself and say, "Our Matrix should win the championship. He's the faster guy. So no pressure on me." I think he's. It's all gonna be fine until we get to the last race of the season, or the last two races, and you see Ricky and Matrix battling out for supremacy, like the Mercedes days of Rosberg and Hamilton.
Put it this way.
I can see it now.
Put it this way: if it's me and Matrix for the title on the last day, I will turn into Schumacher and he will become Hill.
What, so you're going to turn in on him?
Oh, 100%.
And you're going to go two-wheel? You're going to go two-wheel into the tyres?
100%. I'll
bring and we'll see Ricky on the fence in disbelief as Matrix has lost his suspension.
Yeah. No. But yeah, I think constructors it's very much ours to lose. I think I was quite surprised really, because I don't know if you mentioned that when I did a pre-season build-up, I actually tipped you and Mitch as favourites because you ended season 2 so strong, and like you say, you've not had a.
Yeah, we did.
I would say because me and you were very very close to the end of season 2, and I guess why I nearly put you as underperforming was in comparison to how well I've been doing, and very much expected you to be right on my tail as such. But there seems to be quite a bit of gap, and I don't think it's a case of I'm quicker than you. I think you've had extremely bad luck, especially the first, like 4 or 5 races.
Well, Australia, I was just nowhere, if I'm honest. I had no pace at all in Australia. Mitch, I think, would be the first to admit he should have won that race. And neither of us, I think Mitch got 2 points in the end, and I DNF'd. So Australia was a really bad race for us. Bahrain, I think I should have been at least on the podium for that, and then ended up P5. China was nowhere. Baku, I think I did the best I could. Spain, I got caught up in that first corner melee after you and Matrix hit each other. And then from then on, it's been I've not done too badly since then. So Canada, I miss Canada. Monaco, I was okay around there. Probably could have done a little bit better, I think. I messed up my qualifying lap, so that put me down the order a little bit. And of course, it's been so hard to overtake, I couldn't really get back to where I should have been, but I'm not unhappy with the result.
Okay. Apparently I'm very quiet. Two Spell says I'm quiet. I don't believe that for 1 minute. Wizard, if you can just tell me if I'm coming across a bit more clear now, that would be great. Guys, I want to listen and I want your views on underperforming Tier 2 driver in Season 3. Go, Daniel.
Me, underperforming. One of the drivers is left, I would have said, is the one who's underperforming, but out of the ones we've got left right now, Lamin Jammer, I have to say.
Oh.
Considering he was a Tier 1 driver last year and with a good mid sort of table pace Tier 1 driver, I think I would have thought he would have done better than 37 points.
That was extremely interesting.
Didn't he join in late in Tier 1 though?
No, no. He got relegated on account of we judged his pace. And at the end of the day, we don't want people being in the wrong tier. It's all about competitiveness. So we dropped him down to Tier 2, and he has shown glimpses of true speed. I just don't. How can I pull it? He's hit and miss, and he seems to be more miss than hit, which is unfortunate for him. But definitely on his day can was it him that I had a race with in Germany and just about overtook him?
Yeah,
I think it was, and I mean, for battling with me, he got taken out in Hungary. That was the penalty for it. You're battling with me, mate. You're getting taken out next race. I've gone for blank. As the underperforming racer of Tier 2. I know he won China, but if you look at the standings, that means he's had 5 points from 10 races. And given how quick Blank is, and we know he is, he'd have been. I just find obviously Hungary is a hell of a shame because he would have scored a lot of points. But I think 5 points from 10 races is not in his. He should be doing better than that. And he finds himself in a relegation battle because of it.
Yeah, they're two really good picks, to be fair. I think Blank, if he had a bit more time practicing, I think he would have done better. Well, he did in Hungary. He had the chance, and like I said, it was such a shame because he was on course for a top 3 finish, which would have massively helped him. And right now, we wouldn't be talking 13th place in relegation battle. We would be talking, say, he got 25 points, he would have been now on 55 in the top 10. So it is unfortunate. I don't think Blank will have an issue this season. I think he will be able to work his way up from that relegation battle. I suppose you guys have picked 2 good ones, because both Lamin Jam and Blank, have the pace. MP, to be fair, where he is, I wouldn't say he's underachieving because he has so far been, still in the top 10, and it does mirror his sort of position overall. He does get near the front, but he also has races where he's at the, middle or back. So that's fair.
Roland, he just didn't get so many penalties.
That's it. That's his biggest weakness.
Yeah,
but that's the same. That's the same as him in Tier 3. Things haven't really changed. It's not. It hasn't improved in that aspect. In Austria, he had a great chance, but again, like you said, when the pressure gets on, he tries pushing too hard and makes errors where he cut a corner, running wide, gets penalties. Profodus, Roland, he started Tier 2. Did he start Tier 2 at the beginning of the season?
No,
Did
he
into Tier 2?
joined. Was Canada his first race? No.
I'll have a look. Hang on.
Yeah,
I'll check.
because I don't remember him being at the beginning.
Yeah. Well, what it was, we freed up a space in Tier 1. Someone joined.
Spain it was first race.
Spain. Yeah, so someone joined Kos, who was quicker than Roland, and we just felt that it was better in all this, to keep it better for the stream, keep it more competitive. That Roland dropped down to Tier 2, and this guy going to Tier 1. I'm just trying to think who it was. Was it? Who was it? I can't even think. Anyway, but that was the reason why Roland was in Tier 2. Apart from Hungary, he's not had the luck, and the Hungary result has put him right up there, and yeah, he's chasing these guys down. I wouldn't like to call who gets relegated from Tier 2. Apart from maybe Crowan, maybe apart from Crowan, because he hasn't quite looked like he's going to get points at any race.
No, I think Matt's going to be in trouble because he's going on holiday for the next, and he's going to miss the next 3 races. He's going to miss Spa, Monza, and Singapore. So I think he could be in trouble.
How's he looking in the league? So he's
14th with 28 points.
Yeah, it's
His only saving grace could be that if when the new drivers come in, once we can find them, if they come in at the right time for him. I mean, they need to be in before 75%. Well, 5 races to go, Mark. So
yeah, it's very interesting to see.
To be in no later than Japan. So.
But saying that, Matt could score a P5, get 10 points, and then all of a sudden, you think he's all right.
Yeah.
it really is crazy.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, it's Tier 2 down the bottom is. I'm really interested in finding out how it goes. To be honest.
No, I am. I'm very interested. Varamir as well, I think, could be one to watch. If he picks up his pace from where he left off in Austria. I know he's only just got the game today, I think.
Today.
Right? Yeah, I saw that.
So it might take him a couple of weeks to get up to speed, but once he does, I think he could, if he picks up from where he left off in Austria, I think he could be a dark horse for race wins.
We got Pure saying Providers to get relegated. I don't personally think Roland will get relegated. I think he's got the pace for Tier 2. I think he'll be alright.
He has his.
I think he'll be alright.
Yeah, he just needs to get a couple of results, and then he's fine.
Yeah.
I just want to ask your opinions on Wiseboy's performances so far this year. Because from where I've been sitting, he's been a little bit. He's gone under the radar a bit. Yeah, he's sat in P9 at the minute in the championship.
Yeah, it's consistently able to score points, albeit just chipping away under the radar, and that's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I mean by how close it is. If you can just keep, you don't actually have to do any standout results to still be sort of safe in this championship of relegation. Being in the middle of the chat, like the Fallen, he was battling relegation last year, but had a good result early on in the season. Which is so crucial. Getting off to a good start. It's in a championship this long. It's so crucial because it just gives yourself good confidence, and also you're not chasing. And Fallen started on a good point. Had a few bumpy races, but he looks quick in the new game, and he's the same like Wisey Boy. He's in a good position where if they just keep chipping away, they're going to most likely finish where they are right now, but it's so close. Who knows? Like, you could just get a couple of good races, and you're near the top 5. A couple of poor races, you are battling that relegation zone. So I'm looking forward to Tier 2. I'm so glad. Like, I'm happy commentating on it, getting to see how this championship pans out. And again, like, on a new game, it should make things really interesting. See how. Is it going to be as close as it was in 2018?
Hopefully. Except when did Raceboy win the championship last year? Was it Mexico he won it?
Yeah, no, he won it in Brazil.
Brazil.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he won it by not being there,
He won
didn't
it,
he? I remember
yeah, he
now.
won it on holiday, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just talking about Wisey Boy, I think Wisey Boy is exactly where his pace is.
Okay.
Mid-table, I would like. He was unlucky if in Australia. I don't know if you remember, he got a penalty on the last lap. He did the two-stop strategy, and it was
He still
me.
got podium finish though in
Yeah,
Australia.
he did. Yeah, it was it. Was it me, Matrix, and Wisey Boy, and bar from a penalty on the last lap, he would have won that race. Monaco as well. He had a strategy that messed him up. I think he stayed out on the wets like 2 or 3 laps after it was into. So I think if he gets his strategy play, he could mix it up again with like the top six. But I don't really see Wisey Boy fighting for wins at the based on the first half of the season. I just don't. I think he's where his pace is.
Yeah, that's fair. So, have you got anything else you want to talk about tier two, or shall we move on to
Yeah,
tier
let's move
one?
on.
Move on, move on,
Tier
move on.
one,
This is the
the
top
premier tier.
dogs. This is where it all kicks off. So tier one, we have Lego Minecraft leading the way.
From his, well, I can say it, close rival.
He's
There's a
yes,
real,
yeah,
yeah, there's a real rivalry between those two, between
yeah.
Lego and Alex Gear.
It's
Oh, it
definitely
gets brutal.
yeah. But I love it. Like I know sometimes it gets a bit mad but I just love it. I just love
That's
like
what you need. You need, like, because at the end of the day, it's not ridiculous, but you could relate to that. It's on the very edge of being too far over the limit. But you see this in racing on track. You see this in other esports events. Like when you get a rivalry, it just adds to the spectacle. And when you got two drivers so closely matched, yeah, this is another one I'm really looking forward to. And I think these two, I know Calzo is when he does race, he is well, his two races has been another level in
it's
terms
two
of quality,
two
but
races, two wins.
yeah, it was scary watching that, watching those performances. However, I mean, even if he does all the races, he'll struggle to catch up with them now. But yeah, I think it's a great championship. Okay, it's similar in terms of the standings to what Tier Three's like in terms of the gap between the top three and the rest. But and in particular the top two, it's actually a very similar pattern to how Tier Three is, where you just know the quick guys are consistently at the front, and the others, to be fair, in Tier One have had issues with people not consistently racing. I think that's not helped in terms of the championship. People missing races. But I see, we've got a few new drivers, haven't we, in Tier One?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we have a lot
Yeah.
for the start, well, for the
yeah,
restart of the season.
yeah. I know, but guys, look at fourth to ninth position. There is
Oh, that's
16
close, isn't
points.
it?
That is just
Yeah.
insane. I actually didn't even realize it was that close until I've just looked. But wow, yeah, I mean that just shows you. You take Lego, Al, and maybe Cal's out of the equation, and maybe Fruitful as well. Um, you've got a hell of a title race there. um,
Absolutely.
that is proper F1. You've got like the Mercedes boys at the top, and then you got someone who's like in a Ferrari, and then you've got everyone else. That's,
Yeah, everyone else scrapping it out for the last few
that's just
points.
unbelievable. Who have you gone for your overperformer in Tier 1?
Um, Overperformer, I would Raikon, I'd
Yeah,
say,
yeah. I've
from Tier Two last year.
yeah, I've gone for
Yeah, he's
Raikkonen as
been doing
well.
really,
Yeah,
really well.
yeah.
Yeah, really quick driver, always near. Yeah, you would you. I mean, with Tier Three guys and Tier Two, it's quite similar in terms of, and I'm not surprised the Tier Three guys moved up last year are always battle for race wins in Tier 2. But I always thought Tier 1 is another level. Like, you've got a lot more guys on the wheels. Like, you've got some really quick drivers who. I find the top Tier 1 drivers, it is a jump from Tier 2. So to compete with that and be fourth already at this point in the season, yeah, Raikkonen for me is my overachiever of the year so far.
Yeah, yeah, I'd
Yeah,
have to.
considering.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with everything you said there. But I mean, I nearly gave it to Jakey Boy as well because like he was even debating even going in Tier 1. I think it was because, as you're aware, like a few people left, so we had to replace them and so forth. And we put Jakey Boy up there. He wasn't convinced himself. I don't think that he could be doing as well as he is, and it's no surprise to me that he is, to be honest.
No, it's not to me either. I mean, he was towards the end of season 2. He was the one challenging Raceboy, rather than Hammy, who you'd all thought it would have been as the season progressed. And I mean, I don't think any of us expected him to do as well as he has done. But I think that's more testament down to him being teammates with Lego.
Yeah,
I think that's really pushed him on.
I think Lego's been a cracking teammate for him as well, though. There's been quite a few races where Lego's compromised his own race for the team. Although he's still got second or third or one or whatever. He's prepared to put himself in that position at a cost of the team, which I think I personally am all for teamwork rather than individual brilliance, but that's just me.
No, well, I'm the same for the most part. I mean, if there's a win there to be taken, I'll go for it. But on the whole, I'll go for the team first. So, if we're all agreeing that Raikkonen is the
Yeah.
overperformer, what do we think about underperformers?
Well, he's gonna hate me for this, but I've gone for Thomas, our tier 2
Yeah.
commentator.
Yeah.
I can't believe he's that low. I know he's got a new job now, and I know he's not been practicing as much as he can do, or he was. But to be that far behind Fruitful Q, who I would say are at least level pace, is quite surprising, and that's the reason why I've gone for underperformer.
Yeah, I think it's either got to be him or Joe Ghost, hasn't it? I don't think
Yeah, that's what I
George.
was thinking. I was thinking Jay Ghosts. Like he was quick last season, wasn't he? I would have. Was he in Team J Ghosts?
Yeah,
I'm
he
trying to
was.
remember. Yeah, yeah. To only have 27 points. Yeah, it has been a bit of a struggle for him,
Yeah,
hasn't
but
it?
you say that,
But
guys, but realistically, I would say Ghost is only just, he's on Wizard's pace or maybe slightly quicker. I don't think anyone above that. I would put every single one of them above Jay Ghost for pace.
right.
I really would. I've raced against Ghost in other leagues, and some races I've won, some races I haven't, and beat him or whatever. Um, I think Ghost is probably about where he should be. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he can
Fair
do
enough.
with the new guys because I know Konzo is hellish quick. Um, Carlsberry as well, he's quick. I haven't raced Simple, but from what I hear, he's quick. So it's gonna be one crazy ass tier again.
Yeah, it is. Bottom half is probably going to be more interesting than the top for tier 1. Apart from, of course, Lego and Al fighting it out together.
And Calzo, of course.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
seeing how Calzo, if he does turn up, be interesting to see because I think he can definitely, on his pace, yeah, if you assume every race he can pretty much win, then he could definitely get to top three. He might struggle with catching, like I said, Minecraft now. They might just be a bit too far ahead. But it depends on how they do in the championship as well. Because really, this season, Al Takir hasn't had it his way like he did in last season. I think Al Takir, performance-wise, although he's still got the pace, it's still it hasn't been all plain sailing for him, which is why he is behind Lego.
Yeah, yeah,
Because last
definitely,
season he
definitely.
always seemed to have it, didn't he? He always seemed to have it under. They would have battles, but then if he did start on pole, then it was normally very, that's it. It's away we go. But yeah, it hasn't. Whether or not everyone else has caught up, maybe a little. It's a little bit closer pace wise, so he doesn't quite have the advantage that he used to. Maybe that's it's a harder field, maybe. But it makes the championship look interesting compared to last year when he ran away with it well before the season's end.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think Al's driven as well as he did do last season. I think that's been the biggest difference. Yeah, he's made a lot of mistakes in comparison.
Yeah, he has.
In comparison to last season, I think. Yeah, some of them. So, where was it? Bahrain, second race in the season, completely went his head. He did an awesome qualifying lap on the Harvard compound, got himself there, got a bit of wing damage, and just everything went against him. Yeah, I just think he needs to. I think I don't know. I think he expected to be comfortably in front, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I think. Well, I think there is, but I want to know your guys' opinion on it. There's a little bit of some mind game going on between himself and Lego, mainly from Lego's side, and I think that might be getting to him a little bit. Just when they come up against each other on track, there seems to be some weaknesses in Al's driving that you don't see against other drivers.
I'm not too sure. I think definitely. Yeah, I think we're seeing some mind games, but is there a hatred there? Did you say, or is it just pure, just
I
trying to
don't think there's a
unsettle?
hatred. No,
It's
I
not
think it's
hatred.
just no.
It's that competitive. Both don't like losing to each other. I think that's the key. Like they've had little bits of contact here and there. The way I remember America last year. That just reminded me of Bahrain 2014, like the American race they had where every time Lego was the quicker driver, but he couldn't. Altakir was just so smart in his defending, and if Lego passed him, Altakir would straight away pass him back to just ruin his momentum. And in the end, both made contact, and eventually Altakir, I think it was Altakir that spun. And the race before that in Japan, they had a coming together at 130R early on the race. So those little moments and the fact they're very similar on pace, they just don't want to lose. If they both in a battle, neither wants to come out in second to the other. Really, they don't like it. It's not to the point of hatred, though. I don't think it's just that competitiveness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we should kid ourselves, and I think they'd be the first to admit. I don't think either of them like each other particularly.
Mm.
But I don't think it goes beyond just they don't
It's
really get on. I
yeah.
don't
I
think
think
it
I
goes
think
to a
they're
point of
both very similar characters.
yeah, yeah. They're both like Lewis said, they both just want to win, and that's kind of friction, isn't it? Because obviously only one person can.
Of course. Yeah, unfortunately, motorsport can only have one winner, so therefore it makes a whole grid of 20 people very competitive to try and be that number one. And particularly when you've got that history in the past races and you're so close. It's always when you're so close, you never have the same sort of. Your rival's never someone who's a second slower than you or a second faster. It's always going to be the guy that's closest match to you, and those two are close, and they're both battling out for a championship. So that makes it doubly as intense. So if that's doubly, that makes it even more intense. So yeah, may it continue, and it'd be interesting to see out of the two how they are in the new game.
It should be brilliant to watch. It really should. So Have you got any more points to raise, or shall we move on to overall constructors championship?
I just want to. I just wanted to surprise package of tier one so far for you guys. We've done one for each other tier, so let's just do one for tier one. If one of you want to give your opinion.
Sorry, what was that?
Race Boy, I think, maybe. Although he was tier 2 champion. And I think, actually, no, because if you were going to say Race Boy, then you'd have to give it to Ralkin again.
Yeah, true.
What's this for?
Surprise package.
Surprise package of
surprise
tier one.
package. Okay. Again, this is I'd say it's the same. The surprise, I would say is how good the tier 2 guys have been. So I'd say Raikkonen and Race Boy. Tier 2 to be like the top end of tier 1, or top 6. Both of them are in the top 6. Although it's very close, it's very impressive. That's a surprise. I thought maybe they would be in the top 10, hovering around that area, but yeah, Raikkonen in particular, although he's only 12 points ahead of Race Boy, he's been doing really well. Because Freefall Coot, I suppose in P3 he was always quick as well. So yeah, I think there's no real really they're the only guys. When you look at that standings from last year, and you think, they are sort of higher than I've expected. Everyone else is sort of similar. Thomas, I know, is lower than he would like. He would admit he'd like to be. But other than that, everything's pretty relevant to the pace of the races.
Well, I've got a driver in my mind who I think, for completely different reasoning, is Jamie Wan. And the reason why I say him is last season he was having all kinds of incidents sent in against him. He was always decently quick, but this season he's not unreliable. Not many people have sent in incidents against him. All right, there might be one or two, but I expected a lot more. And I just think that rather than pace, we should give credit about. Last season was like his apprenticeship, and now he's racing clean. He's racing fair. He's not dive bombing as much, at least anyway. So I think we should give Jamie a lot of praise in that department.
That's fair. Only other thing, and we've mentioned it already, is maybe the partnership at Force India, because I don't think any of us would have expected them to do as well as they have done as a pair, as quick as they both are together. But that would probably be the outside shout for me.
Yeah, possibly, but I also think that I just think Mercedes haven't really had, whilst they have had a team. Al-Takir, if you look at the points, there's only 43 points that he hasn't scored. So yeah, I get what you're saying, but I also think that they've had an advantage in terms of ability.
That's fair. Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So overall constructors championship is the next one.
Red Bull for the win.
I haven't actually got anything. I haven't got anything printed for that, so I didn't even realize we were going to cover it. So I'd imagine Red Bull are just about top.
I think Red Bull are top.
Ferrari are top with 442 points.
Yes!
No!
Yes!
No!
We did it!
No!
Forza Ferrari! Grazie.
Yeah. Toro Rosso second, 10 points behind that.
Oh, what?
Force India third, 6 points behind them.
Wow.
Then you've got 11 points behind Force India and Mercedes. Then Red Bull in fifth with 410.
Wow, I did not expect
Still only
that.
no, they're still only 32 points off the top though, so it's not that much. Then you've got a
Very
bit of a gap
close.
to Sauber in P6. We've only got 371 points. So I think it's between those top five. So Ferrari, Toro Rosso, Force India, Mercedes, and Red Bull.
We did it, guys. We did it. Halfway stage. Yes. Nothing's
Yeah,
won at
we
Christmas.
need our
No.
tier one. We need our tier one boys getting more points. They're only on 64 at the moment in
Yeah.
tier one.
Nothing's won at Christmas.
That's actually it, because you look at Ferrari tier one, you got 194, 195. You got massive load in tier two, and obviously you only got Ross for tier three. So it does equal that all out. All those top teams do have poor performers in at least one tiers, which sort of equals it out. Yeah, it's very close.
So Toro Rosso, I think tier two lets it down
Yeah,
a
and
little bit.
of course, only one driver now at the minute. No Don Ammo, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
also 19 drivers now into tier one, which is, I don't think, is that the highest we've had? Uh, I don't think we've had a 20 dead set, have we, before? I think we did originally, but like a
Oh,
few
we
people
did at the
dropped out.
start. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Amazing dropped out, didn't he? He was meant to race and then didn't. But now we're up to 19 and hopefully get a 20th today. Tier 3 completely full. Tier 2 should become full by the end of today,
With any luck,
with any
will
luck.
do. I mean, while we're on that topic, just to reiterate, if anyone's joined late, if you know anybody or if you yourself are interested in racing with us, Tier 2 has 2 seats available, so if you think you've got what it takes, head over to contestofspeed.com and get yourself registered and sign up. And then you can head to the chat with me and Ricky every week. You'd be lucky.
Yay! Yeah, come and join us in the parade. Right.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, but it's going to be, yeah, I think it's going to be a fantastic. It's great that we're back. The new game is hopefully, well, we haven't got any of those issues now with the pit lanes, fingers crossed, with the pit stops. But it would just be great to see. I'm really looking forward to commentating today's race, the new game, seeing how everyone gets on in this practice race around Belgium. Is it Belgium we're doing? No, it's Belgium
Yes,
not. Yeah, so
yes.
it is a proper practice race. Okay, yeah. Looking forward to it. Like
But
it's sort of like the opening ceremony today. So yeah.
yeah. But before we go, guys, I want us to pick a champion from from each tier, and I want 3 relegated names. I'm gonna put a spanner in the works.
Ooh.
I want winner and 3 relegations. So, uh, let's go with Lewis first. Who is going for you?
In which tier we starting with?
We'll go from 3 downwards. So you pick your winner and then the 3 relegations.
Okay, so tier three. Um, I think it's going to be a close one between Perry and Jacob. I'm going to go because he's my teammate. I'm going to go with Perry winning the championship again, and then relegation. Can you show the tier three table again on?
Yeah, I am. There's no relegation. Obviously, that we haven't got a tier 4, but you know what I mean, like the
Oh,
bottom.
there's no, yeah, bottom, yeah, I know, it's bottom
Bottom
three, you
3.
know. It's the bottom three. Yeah, if you could just show that table again, Ricky, on.
Yeah, it's on the stream, mate.
Oh, is it? Okay. I'm not getting it now. Wait a minute, I'll be able to find it on here. Right, my bottom three. It's difficult. I think it's going to be Dan Hilton, Millsies, although he did get points in Hungary, I think Millsies as well. And then maybe one of the newer guys, I'm not sure, but Dan Hilton, Millsies, maybe even Dark Mark, but he's only just started, so he could creep through. But I think it might be the Millsies, Dan Hilton, and Dark Mark that go bottom 3. In tier 2, it's a difficult one. I'm gonna go for you, Ricky.
No, don't do it. Don't do that. Don't. What are you doing? I'm not gonna win. Are you mad?
I think you're gonna blow the championship away, Ricky. I really do. I think you've took the pressure off yourself by saying that Matrix is the faster guy and should beat you, and I think it's gonna work. I think it's going to work brilliantly mentally because you take the pressure off yourself and you're just going to continue what you did in the first half of the season.
Yeah, but you got to understand.
I think it's going to be close.
I'm working Tuesdays now, so I won't join the race until midway through quali, which means I'll start last and have no setup.
Oh, so, is that every Tuesday now then?
Don't let him distract you, Lewis. Don't let him distract you.
It's definitely.
I know. He's trying. Yeah, no, stick to it. I think you're still going to do it, Ricky. It was either your Matrix or well, yeah, I don't know. It could be someone else, but I think purely because of your, I don't know, racecraft so far. I think, yeah. It's going to be either you or Matrix, possibly. So I'm going to go with you, Ricky. I'm giving you the pressure here.
Oh, I'm going to bitch slap you. I'm going to so bitch slap you.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. And again, if you're not going to be able to do the Tuesdays, I might even put you in the bottom 3 now. You might just tumble down the order
in 4 seasons.
Yeah. No, bottom 3. Bottom 3 is going to be. Matty's going to struggle. I think Matty's going to be bottom 3. Crowan, and then that last third. And well, it depends if there's a new person joins. Yeah. But not Robin. Crowan, Matt. But Robin hasn't had the best of luck. Matt. Yeah. I think it's at the moment, from what I know from reading this so far, Crowan, Matty, and maybe even Robin. Maybe it will be Robin. I think Roland will be able to get out of that bottom 3. But I think Crowan, Robin, Matty. I'd love them to prove themselves wrong. Yeah, by all means, it's nothing against you. And then tier 1. Come on, tier 1. I have got you on here. I'm looking on my phone. Right, tier 1. I think the champion is going to be. I'm still going to give it to Altakir. I think I think he has overall just that little bit of an edge on pace, and I think as long as he doesn't have any DNFs, more than one DNF for the second half of the season, I think he'll be able to do enough to get ahead of Lego. My bottom 3, obviously I don't know how good the new guys are, but it's going to be Sir George. At the moment, without knowing those other guys, I think it's George, J Ghosts. I mean, 2Spell at the moment, he might get some good result. It all depends on how good these new guys have got some catching up to do. And if they're not in the top 10 regularly, then one of these bottom. It's a difficult one. So I'll pick one of the slow. I don't have any idea. I'm going to go Sir George, J Ghosts, and 2Spell now. Only because the guys below, I don't know. I've heard some are quick, obviously the tier 1, but I don't know in terms of the whole field. Because Calzo, who's just had 2Spell, he is quick. So as long as he turns up, he should be comfortably out of the relegation zone. Jamie 1S isn't that far away, but I think he does have the pace. So it'll either be 2Spell or Perez, but I'll go for now 2Spell, J Ghost, and Sir George.
Interesting. Dan, what do you think? We're going to end this with a flourish, so shoot. Let's go.
Okay, so tier 1 first off. I reckon Al's going to win it. For the same reason Lewis said. And I think going down, I think Jagos is going to go down. I reckon George's going to go down, and then I think one of the new guys might. I think Yoakum or Simple might go down, but I haven't seen their pace yet, so I'm not entirely sure. If I was going to go for a safe bet, I would agree with Lewis and say that Two-Spell might end up dropping out.
Interesting.
With tier 2, I think Matrix is going to win.
Yes.
And I think it'll be cool. I think it'll be a comfortable win for him, if I'm honest. And then I think dropping out Matrix.
Yeah, I agree. Actually,
Yeah.
I mean, no. Ricky's gonna win it. What are you on about? Ricky's gonna win it. He's gonna blow it. He's gonna blow
And
it.
then dropping out Crow and I've got to agree with Lewis. Crow and Robin and Matt, I think will drop down. And then tier 3, I think Jacob's going to win it. And then same 3, Dan Hilton, Millsies and Dartmark, I think it'll be the bottom 3. Maybe one of the new guys, but I've definitely not seen any of their pace. So.
Okay, right, I'm going to go Lego Minecraft to win, just because you two have gone for Al. Going down, Officer 1, Sir Jord and Jochum. No reason, just my picks. Matrix Champion. Going down, Crowan, Matty and Privadas, or Roland. Just because I think it'd be great to have a steward who's in tier 3. Jacob Champion in tier 3, and going down, or relegation battle, should we say, Millsy, Dan Hilton, and I think I'll go for Tennis Freak. Just a random at the starters. Right, that is it. We're done.
We are.
We're done.
Let's get it on.
That's the mid-season review done with. This will be uploaded to YouTube, yes, Ricky? I'm assuming you'll be on that.
If you want it uploaded, I can.
Yeah, we can put it up there for a little while, see if it does anything.
Okay.
So, thank you all for joining us for this. The stream will continue after a short break of maybe 5 to 10 minutes, just so we can take on board fluids and also take fluids off board, in my case. But we're going to be doing a practice race around Belgium as well with some of the drivers who are available. So make sure you tune in for that. I'll be commentating on that one with one or both of these two fine gentlemen.
I think Lewis was going to race, and I was going to comment.
No, I was. I said to Dan yesterday I can com, but it's up to you guys how you want to do it.
I mean, I'll race if you want.
We'll decide.
Yeah,
we can decide whenever.
We'll sort it out later.
Yeah. So make sure you all stay on the stream. We'll be back soon. See you in a few minutes.
Yep. See you later.